welcome to another episode of Movie Reviews. My name is Daniela.
And I'm Alfonso. Today we're going to review La Llorona, directed by Jayro Bustamante. He is a Guatemalan film director known for the films Ixcanul and Tremors.
La Llorona tells the story of an aging paranoid war criminal protected by his faithful wife faces the death while being haunted by the ghost of his past. Very, very spooky, right?
Yes, very creepy premise based on a Latin American legend.
Exactly. And I don't know about you, Alfonso, but I thought I thought this movie was gonna be about more based on the legend, but at the end, I interpreted the story very different, but still basing myself on the legend a little bit. You know, it's this woman that they take her kids away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she just goes and cries in the street, screaming, "My child!" No, or something like that.
Something like that.
Mis hijos, mis hijos. Yeah, it was really interesting how they adapted kind of well, what I felt was La Llorona, like the real legend is her being haunted by the the lost of her kids. And I think every member of the family was kind of being haunted by different things. Like Enrique was being haunted by this trial because they thought, well, because he murdered a lot of Guatemalan people. And then Natalia, the daughter, was haunted by, I think, her husband, right? Like they didn't know where he went or something. And so I think everyone was haunted by that. And I think that's something that I liked about how they talked about that, but including some some aspects of the legend.
Yeah, that was very cool. It was very political. I was not expecting a film this political. And it was cool how they tied the political with the horror aspect to make it more entertaining, I guess. And yeah, I think especially Enrique, the general, was, or all of the characters were haunted by guilt.
Mm-hmm.
They were feeling very guilty because of the genocide of the Mayans.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, and I think that kind relates to the legend, right? Like how this woman is haunted by the guilt of, did she kill her kids? I think that's what happened in the legend. She kills her kids.
yeah, in the legend I think she drowns her own kids, but
Yeah,
I don't really know.
yeah, I think that's what happens. So she's being chased by that guilt of, oh, I killed my kids. And yeah, but something that I really enjoyed about this film, apart from that relation of legend story, was the photography work. Some shots were really cool. Some compositions were amazing. I remember this first scene where the general just wakes up and grabs a gun and then walks into the bathroom, and you see this split screen, and some scenes were really interesting to me.
Yeah, for me as well. I thought the lighting was really cool. I like how you can barely see the character's eyes. Like it's very dark, and almost all of the film is full of slow push-ins and then pull-outs. At first, I thought it was really cool, but I got bored eventually. It was repeated all throughout the film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's really atmospheric, and I like that.
Yeah, me too. And I was expecting a horror movie, but it was more drama than horror. But yeah, all of that added to the movie as an interesting touch.
Yeah, it was like a history lesson for me. I didn't know about Guatemala's recent history and about the coup d'etat, the military state, the genocide, and it was very relatable being Mexican and seeing how they treat natives and all of that.
Yeah.
And it was also really similar to Mexico in that there was a very big gap in social classes. Like you see the bourgeoisie and the Mayans, right? The natives helping out in the house.
Yeah.
And
No, yeah, yeah, I totally understand. And I wish I knew more history and more of like their culture, but it was like a glimpse into that and into, like you said, like that history of the Guatemalan people and what is going on.
yeah, and something else that I found really interesting was that this film was made in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and these characters were in a lockdown, in an imposed lockdown because of political things. And one of the characters mentions at some point, like, oh, the lockdown is harming our health. And I thought that was like very cool,
Yeah.
considering where we are now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. And do you have any favorite scenes?
I really like the shot where they first introduce Alma, and she's walking very slowly through the crowd in her white dress.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very clear from the beginning that she's a ghostly presence
Yeah.
with that outfit and everything, but it's really cool. I like that shot.
Yeah.
Is there one you liked?
There's one in particular that I like, in terms of composition and color. There's this scene where the General Enrique is getting like a cleans, or how do you call it,
Yeah.
like a cleaning ritual, and he's in the middle, and this like the lady that helps in the house is just like clean, like going around him, and you see like the blue, I think like it's blue sheets, like bed sheets, I think, and it just looked, I don't know, like really, I don't know, like soft and beautiful to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a really cool one. And now that you mentioned Valeriana and all of this magic and witchcraft, I thought that the Mayan culture was really well portrayed. And I really like the Mayan outfits, like that woman who is testifying in the trial, and she has the Mayan veil. It's really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I agree. And you know those first scenes where they go like to bed and they're praying, and um yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, like they are like Catholic, probably. I don't know if they mention it, but they also believe in this um, mystical stuff from Mesoamerican cultures, and
Yes.
that's very relatable to me. And another thing I found interesting was the element of water all throughout the film. Like it's obviously a symbol. In the last shot, you see how another corrupt politician is probably gonna get killed, and I like that. I know that water usually means a cleanse or yeah, basically cleaning, right? They use it the same way in Taxi Driver,
Mhm.
and I thought that was very cool.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Yeah, I didn't make the relationship before, but it is clearly trying to say that the, like, you're next, and you're next in the curse of La Llorona.
Right, justice is coming for you because
Exactly.
yeah, they were getting rid of all the corrupt politicians.
Yeah.
And what did you think of the horror aspects? Did you like them or were you disappointed?
I was a little disappointed, honestly. Uh, but I was disappointed but surprised at the same time, because I don't know, like half an hour of the movie passed and I wasn't getting scared, but you will start like making all of these clicks of the movie of what's going on, and I think that was like really interesting how it's told. And there's that scene where Alma is in the top bunk bed and we see her face like going, like dropping. That was scary, but I wasn't scared at all. What about you?
Yeah, same. That was probably the creepiest shot of the film. And there are no jump scares. I do like the look of Alma. I like her big eyes and she looks very scary to me. But it's not scary at all. Like the film doesn't get you scared.
Yeah, no, like we mentioned, like it's more drama than a horror film, even
It's
though it's
political horror and
yeah,
it tries to
exactly.
teach history, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're right. Do you have any additional comments?
Mm, I don't think so.
Or should we just go to the moment of truth?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. Why don't you start?
All right. Well, we already mentioned how as a history lesson it works as a political film. It's a glimpse into the recent history of Guatemala. And I wouldn't really consider it horror. I would compare it to New Order of Michel Franco, a Mexican filmmaker. And it's very political and it's very tense, but not horror. And I like it, but I was disappointed of the horror. I'm gonna give it 6, medium popcorn. What's your rating, Danny?
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I was expecting more horror, especially because I think I have this idea of the legend, and it's different than what the movie was telling. But there were some aspects of the movie that I did like, and I'm gonna have to give this movie a 6 as well. Yeah, but we recommend you to watch this movie. It's really interesting, and if you would like to know a little bit about Guatemalan history, it's really cool.
Yeah, it's good.
So, Alfonso, what's the movie for next week?
All right. So next week, we're going to review the newest film from one of my favorite horror franchises. We're going to review Halloween Kills.
What? I was not expecting that. I was seriously not expecting that. Halloween Kills for Halloween night? Great move, great choice, Alfonso.
And we get to go to the movie theater again.
Exactly. Okay, well, if you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time for another movie review.
Thank you. Bye.